Bonjour Shopify world, my name is Andrew from ecomexperts.io and welcome to the hover drop down menu DIY kit. So in this video, I have the green hoodie. That means we're going to do some Shopify code and I'm going to show you how to add a hover option on your drop down menu. And it's kind of going to look like this by the end of the video. I'm going to show you everything step by step. Below in the description, there's a link. If you follow that link, you're going to put in your email and you're going to receive the full code in your email address. That way you can just copy paste the code and you don't have to kind of figure it out or pause the video, follow it yourself. You just copy paste it like I'm going to do it and it's going to eliminate so many errors. If you have any questions, there's a comment section down below right there. There's also a subscribe button and that would really help me out if you would hit it. Hit it. Okay, so to show you that it currently doesn't work and that we're actually going to make a difference here in this video, let's see on how our online store currently looks. And if I hover over it, it doesn't pop out. So I really have to click on it for it to come out. There you go. We're going to change that. The first step you would need to do is to go to your online store right here and to click on it. That was anticlimactic. And then you have to go to your theme, you have to click action, and you have to click duplicate. I say this in every video because in every video there's someone that doesn't do this step and that's then in deep trouble. If you do not do this step, shut down the video, go to see somewhere else. This is the most important step. You don't want to be working on your live version because if you mess up your live version, you gotta call me. Just make a backup, work on the backup, and if you mess up the backup, just destroy it. Why? Just do this. Also, fun side note, if you're wondering about the site speed, two things, go to testmystorespeed.com. It's 100% free and it says exactly what the problem is with your site speed. And numero dos, there is an article that I'll link down below where we did quite some research to figure out what was the fastest Shopify team. So you might want to check that out as well. I'll shut up, I promise. Well, I won't shut up because the next step is actions and click on edit code. So the copy's ready right now. We clicked on actions and edit code. By I'll shut up, I mean I'll stop promoting cool stuff. Anyway, welcome to the code editor. It should look something like this, not like this, something like this. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go see this left section right here. You're going to scroll all the way down to the assets section. And then you're going to go to something that's called theme.scss.liquid, something like that. Now, it's a different naming with pretty much every theme. So don't shoot me if you don't have it. It should be something related to the theme. This is a huge file, like 80,000 lines, something like that. That's a gift card. It's not the gift card. It's not the gift card. It's not the lazy slide. It's not the password. It's not the theme.js because JS stands for JavaScript. No. It's something with SCSS or CSS, and it's usually theme.css. Anyway, you click on it and this ginormous file opens. What you are going to do is you're going to go to the very bottom of it. Right here. The absolute last line, make sure that you're not like here. Make sure that you're in the absolute last line. You're going to hit enter a couple of times so you can create some white spacing. White spacing doesn't really matter in these situations. Then you're going to do a little bit of code that's not included there. It's not really code. You're going to do a / and a little star, and you're going to say, this is the code for hover menu. Right? You see, it's gray. That means it's not really code. It's a comment. For every, see that's also a comment. That's also a comment. For every developer that comes in after you, it's going to save them like 20 minutes trying to figure out what that block of code is if you comment it. So it's pretty important. Anyway, then you're going to go in step number 2. You're going to copy the code from the file in step number 2, and you're going to be pasting that right here. Oh, you see now everything is commented out because we didn't close our comment, and you close our comment by again doing a little star / There you go. Now only this line is gray, meaning that's only the comment. If this entire gray section, comment section, is a little bit too complicated and confuses you, you can leave it out. It's not going to change anything to the function of what we're trying to do. So you can just copy and paste the code from step number 2 right here. But, you know, I prefer to comment my stuff in. So there's that. Make sure that you copy exactly what is provided. So it should end with this bracket and it should start with this little dot. Don't half copy. Okay, you can now save this right here. And then we're going to go right here to the left. Again, we're going back to the assets, but this time we're going to go into the theme.js, meaning we're going to go into the JavaScript file. Again, a pretty big file. Now for this entire project to work, we're going to have to disable the double clicking, which we can do in the JavaScript file. We're not going to delete the code, we're just going to comment it out. So the first step is going to be to find that piece of code that is in step number 3. So you don't need to paste anything in, you just need to find that code. The easiest way to find it is to select that first line of the code, you copy it, and then in here, in your theme.js, you do Command F for Mac or Control F for a Windows, and a little search bar will pop up. Then you paste like that first couple of lines or those first couple of words of the code that I shared with, and you're going to see it highlighted in the file. For me, it's around line 2374. Now, it could be completely different for you. It could be on line 5 or it could be on line 20 million. I don't know. If you have the out-of-the-box debut theme, it's probably going to be around the same number of lines. This is really purely for reference. If it's another number, don't break your head over it. What is important is that it's exactly the same code. So it does cache parents on click.siteNav. It launches a function. Okay, once you have found that line, you know that entire piece then, that's identical to the piece of code that I shared, you're going to select that entire piece so it goes up until here. And again, we're going to comment it out. So you're going to do a / and a star at the very beginning of that block. And at the very end of that block, you're going to do */. And the result of it is that only that block that's identical to the block in the description is going to become gray. Again, when it's gray, it's not active code, it's commented out. So it's a comment now, it's not code anymore. So because it's a comment, it's not gonna, count as code anymore. So it shouldn't work anymore. Anyway, we click on save once we have done that. All right, so let's see if it has worked. Now we're going to online store. Again, we worked on our duplicate version, so it's not live yet. So let's click on Action, Preview. And it should work. Drum roll. Hover. And yes, indeed, on hover, it shows up my submenu. Well, that's exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to put that theme live. I'm going to click on Action. I'm going to click on Publish. It's going to ask me if I'm sure I want to publish this, that there's no errors. I'm going to say, yep, I'm sure, all right. And there you go. Now it is my live version and there is a beautiful hover. Well, there you go, folks. I hope that was useful. It's a small little change that you can do yourself now and you don't have to call me again for it. Make sure to check out our strategy videos. People pay me like $250 an hour for a consultation, while most of the info could just be seen in a free strategy video on how to grow your Shopify store. Also, make sure to check out our app review videos. We review a ton of Shopify apps, so make sure to check that one out as well. And hey, my name is Andrew, ecomexperts.io. If you see me with a green hoodie, that means I'm coding, and I hope you share this with a friend or subscribe and that it was kind of useful to you. Thanks a lot. See you in another video. Adios.